Right then, everybody, are you ready to learn a little bit more about those wonderful worms we've been thinking about this week? Now, do you remember last week you had a spider fact video, didn't you, that you looked through with your grown-up to help you learn a bit more about them? So this week we've got the same, but it's the worm version, okay? Now it's going to work in the same way because for some reason, again, it doesn't like me trying to record over the top of all the facts on this and trying to talk you through it. So if it's okay with you, share the video with your grown-up again today and stop it and pause it as many times as you need to. If you need a bit of time to read the information or to talk about what it says, because I know it skips through quite quickly, this video. Pause it and talk as much as you'd like to and see what you can learn about worms. Now, before you get started, is there anything that you think you already know about worms? Maybe you could tell your grown-up first. Where do you think they live? What do you think they eat? And how do you think they move? See what your first ideas are and then see if they match the facts that you look at when you look through the video. Were you right? Or are you going to learn something new about worms today? Enjoy finding out a bit more about worms, guys, and I'll see you at the other end of the video to explain what I'd like you to go off and do this afternoon. Right then, everybody, what did you think? Were there some facts in there that really surprised you about worms? Or did you already know some of those facts? Were you right at the start? Now, I don't know about you, but I can't believe that worms don't have lungs. I can't believe that they use their skin to help them breathe. How clever! And I know it said at the end there that worms are really, really clever and important, and that is so true. If we didn't have worms eating up all of the dead bits and bobs and burrowing and tunnelling through the soil to mix it all up, the soil wouldn't be as good at growing things as it is. So worms are so important, guys. Now, for your job this afternoon, I'd love it if you could use some of the things that you've learnt, get outside and see if you can find some worms for me. Where do you think you might need to look? And what do you think you might need to do before you can find them? Now, if you do go outside digging for worms this afternoon, remember all the things that we talk about at Forest School, okay? We need to treat nature and animals with respect. Even if it's a teeny tiny worm, we still treat it kindly and carefully and respectfully, don't we? So if you manage to find some and you want to pick them up, that's okay, but just make sure that you're gentle with them, all right? And when you're finished looking at them, make sure you put them back in the soil so they can carry on doing all of those important jobs that we've learned that they do this afternoon. I wonder how many worms you can find for me this afternoon. And I wonder if you can find some different types of ones. Can you find some fat, juicy ones? Can you find some really, really long ones? See what happens. Do you find different types of worms if you look in different places in the garden? I don't know, guys. It's up to you. Go and do some exploring for me and see what you can find. Have lots of fun and make sure when you come back inside that those worms have been put back into their normal homes and that you give those hands a good wash, okay? See what you can find. Send me some pictures if you manage to find some good ones, and I'll see you at the end of the day.